Let's bring in Florida Congressman Mike Waltz and Richard Staropoli, a former Secret Service agent. I think I pronounced his name correctly. I'm working very hard. Mike Waltz, Prime Minister Netanyahu very smartly trying to appeal directly to the Lebanese people to throw Hezbollah out. Right. Okay, taking them out, the Hezbollah leadership, with the blowing up of the pagers and the walkie-talkies, which is an extraordinary counterterrorism operation. And basically demoralizing and demolishing what Hezbollah is trying to do. Question, will the Bidens allow Israel to just continue with this?
No, if they can help it. But the Israelis did not inform the Biden administration or the U.S. about this operation or the one to take out Hamas's leader Haniyeh in downtown Tehran, or a number of others. I think they've made the choice now they need to go it alone, operationally. But, you know, Larry, the misguided notion from this administration from day one is that if they could only just get to a ceasefire, hopefully we all want our hostages out, then they can get this off the headlines, placate the progressive left, and punt this down the road. You will not have peace anywhere in the Middle East as long as Iran is flush with cash, and that could be solved with better energy policy here at home. Lift the LNG ban, drill, baby, drill, pump that clean American gas out there, drive down prices, and you've got the Iranian economy and war machine totally on their back foot. But they don't want peace, neither does Hamas, and as long as they're flush with Chinese cash buying their oil, this isn't going to go away.
Richard, I just want to go back to that question, though, because I think Israel, number one, has taken matters into its own hands. There's not going to be any ceasefire. There's not going to be any returning of the still alive hostages. The Biden administration, Biden, Harris, whatever that administration is, it's in complete chaos right now. Nobody knows who's in charge. Now, that's a bad thing worldwide. But I'm just thinking Israel has stepped into the void and taken action. They have not informed us. There's no reason for that. And I didn't understand this report that the United States was going to send military men and women to Lebanon. What's that all about? Why is the U.S. why should we meddle now? Israel is doing what Israel has to do.
Well, I think you hit it right on the head, right? It's no longer a surprise that Israel is going to have to take this on their own. The Biden-Harris administration is an empty suit administration. They're not going to certainly take any action. They're not going to take any sides. Now, at this late point in time, all of a sudden they come out with these statements because they just want to have the perception that Kamala Harris is capable of doing something in her quest to become the next president of the United States.
She hadn't really said anything about this stuff, had they?
They're going to
pagers, the walkie-talkies, which was a brilliant counterterrorism operation. But now the follow-up. I mean, you know, in Mike Tobin's report, the word demolishing stood out. They are demolishing what Hezbollah set up, and now Bibi Netanyahu is going directly to the Lebanese people and saying, throw them out altogether.
Yep. And the congressman can speak to it much better than I can.
You know, the politics of that, the geopolitics of that are absolutely brilliant.
Decapitated the leadership.
Yes.
Done it in a precision way with almost no civilian casualties, and did it without the IDF having to invade southern Lebanon and engage in a costly counterinsurgency. Absolutely brilliant. Movies will be and books will be written about this operation for years. But question for you, Larry, do you think a commander-in-chief, Kamala Harris, would have approved a covert operation like the pager, like the beeper operation? Heck no.
I don't know. I mean,
heck no.
I would say
no way. Too risk averse, too escalatory, too provocative. Every time you hear de-escalate from this administration, Iran escalates because they smell weakness and they seek advantage.
See, de-escalate is a synonym for appeasement.
For appeasement.
Okay.
That's right. It's the new word for appeasement.
That's the problem that's happened all the time. And they've never approved of anything Israel's done. They have this pat line, we support the defense of Israel.
It's a throwaway line.
That's right. It's just a throwaway line, doesn't mean anything. Richard, can I just ask you, driving me crazy, you're the expert, former Secret Service, still do not believe there's any clarity or lack of ambiguity that Donald Trump is receiving presidential protection. The Secret Service, unfortunately, after Butler said he was, that's not true. We know that from the episode on the Trump golf course. As of today, Mr. Trump is out there, by the way, doing outdoor rallies again, I might add. So this is not an academic point. Do you believe the service is protecting him the way a president, for example, Biden or anybody else, should be protected right now? Is that clear?
No, they're not. It certainly doesn't seem that way. And if you want to see what full-blown presidential protection looks like, let's go take a walk 5 blocks south of here. Go down to the UN, and you can see what some of these details look like, right? Not to mention the fact their answer to, we're going to provide Trump with a more safe, secure environment. Let's encase this guy behind glass, like we're going up to a White Castle to pay for a couple of hamburgers. This is unacceptable. The President of the United States cannot be seen as addressing, whether it's a rally or a campaign site, or once he gets elected, addressing the citizens of the United States hidden behind plates and layers of glass. That's simply unacceptable.
I just don't understand why the top of the service, which has so many brave men and women. I mean, I've served 2 presidents. I understand that. Mr. Trump has been very gracious to them and so forth. But unfortunately, institutionally and bureaucratically, they've not done a good job. We know that. I don't understand why they can't be honest about this. Just do it. Why is this so? Mayorkas has the authority to do it. He's nowhere to be found. Biden has the authority to do it. He's nowhere to be found. The acting head of the Secret Service speaks in forked tongue. He speaks in ways that no one can understand what he's saying.
The guy's the director of the Secret Service. Somebody fed him this $10 phrase, paradigm shift.
Right. What?
Secret Service doesn't need a paradigm shift. Hell, I don't even know what that means. You know what they need to do? You hit it right on the head. Just do it.
Just do it.
Get back to the basics. Get the people out there. Give their manpower and the resources to the President of the United States.
And don't forget, Iran is trying to kill him now as we speak, and just hacked his campaign and gave it to Harris. And the mainstream media, it's a shoulder shrug. Not even a strongly worded letter from Harris or Biden about Iran trying to kill a leading candidate. Talk about election interference.
It's unbelievable. Congressman Mike Waltz, thank you very much. And Richard Staropoli, thank you. We appreciate it very much.